shine. You want your body to look elite and shredded for every photo shoot, event, and party you attend this holiday season? Here are the best exercises to do before any event. From Sunday fun day at the pool to the red carpet, it's time for Party Pump. Cardio is a must. I prefer to do cardio on an empty stomach, however, this does not work for everybody. Here, I am doing BOSU cardio. This exercise gets your heart rate up, forces your mind to coordination mode while toning your calves, quads, hamstrings, and hip flexors. As I continue to go around the BOSU ball, I then start to shift my weight from side to side. This now engages more of my glutes and core. I highly recommend this exercise to warm the entire body up and get ready to lift. Deadlifts. If you think you are going to rock that tuxedo or dress, you might want to think again because you need to enhance your physique in particular places to pop or make others pop. Just kidding. I highly recommend the deadlift in Party Pump because the deadlift is a compound movement, meaning it incorporates more than one muscle group, burning more calories and enhancing your curves. Not to mention, this exercise is hot. Why not flaunt it as it burns? What muscles does the deadlift work?
The booty!
The deadlift move works muscles in the lower body such as the gluteus maximus, hamstrings, glutes, and vastus lateralis, bicep femoris, and your quadriceps get mostly activated as you extend your knees and lift up the weights. Also note that your gastrocnemius, lateral, and medial head are slightly activated too when you lift up. Other muscles being worked are trapezius, deltoids, teres major, triceps brachii, lats, and your flexors. It's important to not arch your back as you lift and exhale on your exertion. This prevents any slip discs or pulling your back. Focus on your form. Slow and steady wins the race.
It's party time! P-A-R-T. Why? Because I gotta! You want to be the best looking chap in the room, and you've got to work what is obviously the most important part of your body. You guessed it, your arms. Working arms has always been a personal favorite of mine since being a gymnast, so I'm going to share with you some of my personal favorites to get that pump look for whatever event you're attending.
Biceps.
Hitting your biceps from multiple angles is key if you want that pumped look. If you're using a bar, do sets with a wide grip to target the inside of your biceps and curl the bar with a narrow grip to target the outside. Obvious thing you can do for any kind of pumps on any of your muscles is to practice time under tension. This is going to allow more blood flow to the muscles, giving it that pump look. In this exercise, one of my arms is resting in an isometric hold, so it's actually being contracted the entire time the other arm is doing the reps. Once you're finished doing all your reps for one side, switch arms and hold in isometrics for the arm that you just used. I promise, you will
Feel the burn.
Something a lot of people don't realize is that range of motion is incredibly important. Not only does it help you not be a stiff block of a person in your everyday life, but by stretching those muscles, it recruits more muscle fibers, therefore growing more of your muscles. Sitting on an incline bench is the perfect way to do so because your arms are behind your body, increasing that range, stretching those biceps out, and getting you that pump! As fun as biceps are to work out, you must remember that the triceps are a bigger muscle group and therefore contribute more to the size of your arms. Working your triceps will give you the arms that width look that
everybody wants.
Though doing the tricep push down with the bar is beneficial, I prefer to do the rope because it increases the range of motion, recruits the stabilizers, and works that long head of the tricep. What's the point of living life if you aren't at
Risk of death.
Skull crushers are one of my favorite tricep exercises because it puts that fear of death into your workout. It also recruits the stabilizers and requires extreme concentration. Depending on the angle of your arms, whether they are perpendicular to your body or angled slightly more towards your head, you can increase that stretch in your triceps, therefore recruiting more of those muscle fibers. Stretch them down and squeeze at the top.
Traveling squats. Remember I said rain or shine? Well, it's raining and I'm shining. If you don't have any access to a gym,
Go outside.
traveling squats are a great exercise to tone your glutes and your legs at the same time. You can also add a resistance band for more of a challenge. Now let's add power. The box jump is a plyometric move that strengthens the main lower body muscles. Box jumps will help you move faster and be more powerful than ever. If you incorporate this movement in your party pump regime for 8 to 12 jumps, it will raise your heart rate and burn enough calories for you to enjoy your party. We are now practicing balance, stability, and mobility. The prime movers in the squat are the muscles around the hips and knees, but all joints below your belly button, hip, knee, ankle, and your feet need both stability and mobility to practice the squat and squat jumps.
You want to move mountains? Then you better build some first. It's time to set some traps.
Mountain traps.
Surrounding your neck with enormous trapezius muscles is an excellent way to look pumped at an event. The most obvious way to target your trapezius muscles is by doing the shoulder shrugs. It is also very satisfying because the range of motion is so small that you can stack on those weights.
Warning, warning.
Though the trapezius muscles are attached to the neck, this is not a neck exercise. You are not lifting the weights with your neck muscles. Remember your mind to muscle connection, send your thoughts to your traps, and lift with only those. Looking at the anatomy of muscles can really inform you on which exercises you should be doing. Remember, follow the muscle fibers. The muscle fibers of the trapezius muscles go in different directions, so it's important to follow those different directions. Using a machine like this or cables can help you follow those fibers. You can still stack on heavy weights, but now you are pulling from different directions, giving you a more well-rounded trapezius workout. One of my favorite ways to target the trapezius muscles is the behind the head overhead press. Just like an overhead press, it targets the traps, delts, and triceps, making it, that's right, a compound exercise, but this form targets the traps more than a regular overhead press. Plus, it also develops your body in a way that not the average person can. Do we want to be basic people
Or superheroes.
This exercise requires concentration and flexibility. If you do not have the mobility in your shoulders, then you should not be doing this exercise.
Yeah.
Practice the regular one and with light weight before you start putting the bar behind the head.
If you have very little allotted time to pump before your event, listen and watch carefully. Right now, I am showing you a quick 2-step circuit that really gets your blood flowing and heart rate up. First, choose a weight that you feel you can push for a solid 10 to 15 seconds. You will now push that weight at full sprint across the floor, add 25 jacks, and come back. Repeat this circuit 5 times, and by 5 times, I mean there and back is 1 set. Trust me, you'll be warm. You will be able to feel the burn in your calf muscles, also known as your soleus and gastrocnemius. Quads, glutes, and especially your core are also engaged. Allow your body to relax at your neck and shoulders to prevent hunching and neck injury. While doing your jacks, at the end, you can add dumbbells for that extra pump in your deltoids.
Looking good for an event means looking like a superhero. And what's the most dominant muscle group on the superhero? The chest! Getting that full rounded pumped chest means you have to work it from every angle. Following the muscle fibers shall be your guide. Having a strong mind-to-muscle connection is also important. Send your thoughts to the part of the muscle that you want to target. Cables and dumbbells are my personal favorites for working the chest because it allows you to go past 90 degrees with the arms, allowing those chest muscles to really stretch open. Working with dumbbells recruits the stabilizers in the shoulders as well. Working with cables, you can position your body slightly forward, increasing that range of motion, therefore keeping the time under tension throughout the entire set. In either exercise, you want to concentrate your thoughts to your pectorals and
Squeeze the hell out of that chest.
The best thing you can do to get ultra pumps as well is superset. Combining 2 different sets of chest exercises together will increase that time under tension and shock the muscles because you're doing something completely different now. Smash those exercises together! Whether it's switching from a fly movement to a pressing movement, or just dropping one of the dumbbells, squeezing it together and doing chest presses, you are going to get an ultimate pump.
Hey, FitCove, how do I know when I've reached my ultimate pump?
Maybe when you experience something like this. Can't even feel my chest anymore. It's just dead.
Subscribe at the bottom. Subscribe at the bottom. Subscribe at the bottom. Subscribe at the bottom.